I discovered the real reason why my husband missed the birth of our first child, and now I'm throwing him out. My husband has this best friend, Anna. They've been friends for a long time and dated years ago, mutually deciding that it's best for them to remain friends. I've had no problem with this relationship until now. On the day that I gave birth, Anna's brother got into a car accident. My husband got a call from her in the middle of the night and asked him if he could drop her at the hospital her brother was taken to, an hour away from us, since she was too scared to drive. My husband agreed and told me quickly while I was half asleep and rushed out. A few hours later, I had contractions and called my husband. He didn't pick up after multiple tries, so I gave up and called my dad, who drove me to the local hospital, a 12 minutes drive away. I was so scared of giving birth alone since I've already had 3 miscarriages and 1 stillborn. My husband promised me that no matter what, he would be there for me. Guess what? He wasn't. We called multiple times while I was in labor, and when he finally picked up my dad's call when I was giving birth, saying that he'd misplaced his phone in all the chaos, my dad then informed him that no matter how fast he drives anymore, he's going to miss the birth of his child. Well, my husband took that as he's already screwed up, so it doesn't matter when he shows up at this point. So when he finally came, our daughter was about 5 hours old and I had already moved to the maternity ward. When he eventually came, I was furious at him, so I refused to let him see our baby because I was so high on emotions and was shaking when I saw him and didn't want it negatively affect my time with the baby. I wanted her birth to be a happy time and I was already struggling to feed her. My husband was in a bad state and told me to please let him see her. So I told him to stand by the window and held the baby up so he could see her. I told him to then leave and he'll be allowed to interact with our baby when we go back to my father's home, when we both recovered well and out of the hospital. It was then that I informed him that I was most likely divorcing him. He's starting bawling and apologizing and defending himself by saying that Anna's brother was in serious critical condition. And although he's fine, Anna needed him. Though Anna's parents were there, she's not that close with them, and she was in an unbearable state. Anna's brother was not in a life and death situation. He had serious injuries, but most were concentrated on his legs and arm. He did have a concussion but gained consciousness soon after the crash. Anna was there along with both her parents who managed all the hospital stuff. My husband was there as an emotional support for Anna. After he learned I was giving birth, they already knew that Anna's brother was going to be all right. He spent that time making sure that Anna was okay and feeding her and then waiting for the brother to regain consciousness. He could have come back after seeing his daughter to talk with the brother. He would have made it back in time. I told him that I didn't care and that his daughter has already come second to him and all she did was be born. I'm putting my daughters and my health first and won't let her be sidelined. My husband agreed and left. However, Anna called me later and said that I was being controlling and she'd never met someone as cruel as me for not letting a father see his baby. I told her that my husband made his decision and that this was his doing, not mine. I did let my husband see our baby right after I got discharged. He saw our baby, held our baby, and played with our baby. I wanted a couple days of rest and bonding with the baby since my emotions were so high, and I was afraid if my husband was a continuous presence, I would get stressed and something bad would happen. I told him as such. They spend time together, but I'm still cold with him. But the thing is, I can't help but feel cruel in my actions and feel like I'm depriving my baby of both her parents being together. I don't know, but I'm still so mad at him, and it's not the first time he put Anna before me. I can forgive the other time since I could handle it, but this time was the straw. I was so scared to hold my baby because I was paranoid the minute I touched her, something would happen to her and no one was there to comfort me. I only had my dad, but he wasn't in the delivery room, which is why I'm not too keen on forgiving my husband. Also, we both knew the baby was due any time now, so I don't understand why my husband didn't have his phone on him. We even tried reaching out to Anna, and she didn't pick up either. I'm not mad about the fact he went to see Anna. I'm mad that he didn't think we were a high priority to rush back to. He left me so quickly in the middle of the night when I was already late. He couldn't have left Anna in the care of her parents and rushed as soon as possible. She's not a child and she doesn't have any mental health issues either. My husband sees her a few hours each day now, and I'm unsure if I should divorce him. What would you do? Update. So the divorce is probably going to happen. My brother is looking at lawyers for me. In the midst of this whole mess, I never checked on Anna's brother to see how he's healing because I was so irked by Anna. I called him and he said that he was doing well and will be out of his wheelchair soon. He asked about me and the baby and how I was doing with the split and if I was okay with my husband and Anna. And Anna? How could I be so oblivious? I thought they had an emotional thing going on because of this, and when I confronted my husband, he denied it and said me and our baby were his priority, and he made a mistake and he was being dumb. Yeah, no. Anna's brother kindly informed me that he and Anna's parents thought that my husband and I split when I was 7 months pregnant and that Anna and him were back on. He showed up at the hospital as Anna's boyfriend, which is why they didn't bat an eye that he was there and not with his pregnant wife, because apparently we split. Her brother's procedures were done well before the afternoon, so I don't know that my husband and Anna what we're doing for all those hours, but I don't even want to know. I will be moving back home and filing for full custody. I don't want my baby growing up to be like her father or Anna. He can be fun dad or whatever it is he wants to be, but he's not going to be my husband anymore.